great job. It never gets old. Give it up for our dancing spots here. Welcome everyone to the Hyundai Motor Group booth at CES 2026. Spot and I are so thrilled that you are here. My name is Amanda Ganano, and I am on the product team at Boston Dynamics. At Hyundai Motor Group and Boston Dynamics, we have a shared vision for partnering human progress. We are working towards building the world's most advanced robots with human-centered AI. And it's a good thing we have that lofty vision, because over the next 20 years, across many different industries, there will simply not be enough labor to sustain our existing standard of living. So now is the time as a society to invest in automation that does not require fixed infrastructure like robotics. Our vision is that general purpose robots will move beyond just the factories that they start in and start to be part of our everyday lives. They will bring us food, they will deliver things, and they will keep us safe. To make general purpose robots successful, we believe in 3 ingredients. The first is that robots need to be able to go anywhere that humans can go, and even places humans cannot go. The second is that they need to be able to understand and navigate their surroundings successfully. And then the final piece is that they need to be able to manipulate and interact with the world around them. As an industry, we're making progress on each of those 3 categories. And the ability to go anywhere, Spot is showing you right now how good it is at being able to move and groove around its environment. And it's not just because it wants to dance, but it's because the world was built for humans. And Spot needs to be able to navigate that world in a very advanced way. In terms of being able to understand their surroundings, we're making great progress on that with AI. In the video behind me, you can see Spot is able to understand a pile of wires on the floor that it should not step into. And it goes around a ladder, keeping people safe in all kinds of different environments. Now, manipulating and interacting with the world is really what we're so excited about, and where all the promise and hype is around humanoids. Because robots like Atlas behind you with grippers and robots like Spot with grippers are going to be able to interact and manipulate the world, and that is advancing rapidly with AI. When we think about robots, it's not just about the technical capabilities that they have, but really 4 different pillars that make robots successful in many different functions. The first is dependability. Robots need to be able to get up every day and do a task again and again. They need to be reliable. They also need to be safe. You'll hear us talk a lot today about how we build our robots with safety systems in them, and how we think about robots as a way to keep people safe. The third is that they have to drive value. Robots need to be able to deliver value as quickly as possible to make them successful. And finally, the last one is they need to be able to use AI. And not just for AI's sake, but because with AI, we will be able to build more and more behaviors and capabilities, and we will be able to scale them reliably. All 3 of our Boston Dynamics robots are built on those 4 pillars that I just talked about. We have, of course, Spot showing off for you today, our agile quadruped robot. We have Atlas behind you, the world's most advanced humanoid. And then we have Stretch, which is our warehouse and logistics robot. I'm going to spend today talking to you a little bit about Spot and the work it's doing out in the real world. Today we have thousands of these Spot robots in many different industries and use cases around the world. The first is that Spot is an autonomous data collection tool. It works in facilities to gather information about different assets and products within that facility to alert human companions if anything is wrong. It's able to collect data to build digital twins. Second, Spot is able to be used by first responders for things like explosive ordnance disposal, or investigating a suspicious package, or going in for incident response. In those situations, Spot is oftentimes controlled by a tablet. It's teleoperated, just as our lovely group over here is doing for you today. And then finally, Spot is a platform. It's built with researchers in mind. Researchers all over the world are using Spot, our open APIs, and our developer tools to build additional capabilities on top of the robot, making sure that Spot is continuing to learn all the time. Now, we love a robot video here at Boston Dynamics, so I thought what better way to talk about what Spot is doing than show you. Here behind me, you'll see the robot autonomously navigating its environment. It was taught where to go and what to look for, and then it gets off and it runs that mission over and over again. It's collecting data from all kinds of different sensors equipped on the back of the robot, which we'll talk about in just a little bit. It's able to collect a digital catalog of all kinds of information across the site, as well as a visual, auditable history about what the robot is seeing. As it's walking around these sites autonomously, it needs to be able to do it very well without human interaction. Spot was really built from the ground up to be able to do that. When you're controlling Spot with a tablet or you're sending Spot on a mission, it knows what to do. When it sees a stair, Spot walks up it. It knows what a stair is. You don't have to tell it. When it's walking on uneven ground or it sees a curve where there's rocks in its way, Spot can walk over them as it's going about its day-to-day routine. That ability is important in industrial environments, but it's extremely important in dangerous environments that Spot is often in. The picture behind me might not seem that interesting, but it's actually a picture of the tablet view of Spot in an irradiated area in Fukushima Dachi, where Spot is being used as part of the efforts to explore the area and go places that humans have never been before. It's keeping people out of harm's way, and it's collecting invaluable data for the teams there to be able to learn more about what they're seeing and explore that area with Spot. And finally, as we've been talking about, Spot has to collect all kinds of information and useful data about its world. Because it's a robot, it can go ahead and collect that same piece of information over and over and over again. It's reliable, it's high quality, and it's easy to scale. And that is the type of data that we are going to need to power the AI engines of the future. Spot is an excellent tool in collecting that data. We've been talking a lot about this collection, and Spot is able to do that with a suite of sensors that you can see on the robot that's going up and down the stairs behind you, and also displayed behind me here. We gave Spot human capabilities and superhuman capabilities. It's able to take high-definition RGB photos. It can take 360-degree panoramic images of a site. It's also able to take thermal captures, so it can take a picture of a motor or a pump and see it start to overheat and alert a human companion to tell them something might be going wrong before anything bad happens. Spot also has superhuman hearing. It's listening for things like leaks in compressed air and gas lines that are running through all kinds of industrial sites. Leaks that are expensive and lose a lot of energy. It's also listening for things like partial discharge or motors that are vibrating or bearings that are vibrating to know before they're going to fail. All of those capabilities are even more exciting when you think about the promise of AI layered on top of them. You're able to tell Spot exactly what you want to look for. Things like safety and security happening on a site. Spot can tell you when a door has been popped open, or when there might be a puddle or debris on the ground. We have one customer who's a seed oil producer. They're using Spot to look for sunflower seeds on the ground. Now that's probably not useful to many of you, and that's not useful to a lot of our other customers. But because these tools are so flexible, you can tell Spot exactly what you want it to find and tune it to your site. All of that rich data then gets sent to Orbit, which is Boston Dynamics' software platform for all of its robots. Orbit is a fully featured application that you can go in and manage your fleet of robots and analyze your data. We have many customers who don't just have one or two spots, but they have 5, 10, 20, 30 robots that they are managing with Orbit. It's also going to be the home for Stretch and Atlas applications in the future. So when you start with Spot and Orbit today and start in general purpose robot deployment, you're well on your way to getting started with Atlas in the future. Now remember when I showed you earlier, we had those 4 pillars. We had dependability, we had safety, and then we had value. Our customers are using Spot and Orbit today to get a return on investment in less than 2 years. They're doing that because Spot is telling them about equipment failures before they happen, and they're preventing unplanned downtime. They're able to save money and energy savings because of those leaks we talked about. And they're keeping people safe in all kinds of different ways, and they're preventing them from doing tasks in hot and hard to reach places within their environments. And then finally, the value of the data that Spot collected cannot be understated. It is being used to help our customers push their own AI roadmaps forward and accelerate them with their own data science and AI teams. These robots have gotten all kinds of capabilities and new behaviors over the past few years with the same hardware and software. They're only going to continue to get better with the promise of AI and all the amazing things around the world. So I'm so excited to be able to share this with you today and for the promise of tomorrow. What do you think, Spot? Found it. Thank you, Spot. And thank you everyone for listening to our presentation. We're so happy to have you here today.
Thank you.
Every step forward opens a new path.